Hello and welcome to the show. Today we have an amazing video from the amazing Orion Daraban.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsycHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is never restore a woman. Look, guys, your ex is an ex for a reason. With very few exceptions, I don't recommend getting back together with someone you've broken up with, especially if that someone is the one who ended the relationship. There are always reasons why a relationship ends. And this is true irrespective of whether you know what those reasons are. And it's typically unlikely that those reasons have thoroughly resolved themselves in the interim, especially if they're due to personality differences. Like, people don't change that deeply that quickly. So if you get back together, it's generally only a matter of time before the same issues start to rear their ugly heads. That said, some people are really invested in getting their exes back. And just to be clear, I'm not suggesting that people should refrain from entertaining further relations with their exes under any and all circumstances.
So you guys, this is today's video's topic, and I think all of us, we know at least one couple who separate, get together, separate, get together, separate, get together. So obviously this video is more about this topic, and again, bear in mind, women and men are different. So if you ladies happen to watch this, don't start shouting, it's not like this, it's not like that. It is because men and women, we have different mindset, we think differently. And I've seen this guy before in so many different videos. He's amazing. He's really good at his job. If I would be staying with him in the same town, I would be visiting him if I needed some help or guidance. He just explains things perfectly. So just listen and open your minds.
What I am suggesting is that those relations should be restricted, and in some cases, which I will explain later, avoided altogether. Basically, if a woman ended your relationship and she comes back into your life after a certain amount of time, typically after whatever she hoped to achieve with someone else didn't work out, and if you decide to re-engage with her, you must never, ever, 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 ever restore her to her previous level of commitment. If she was a wife, if she was a girlfriend when she left, she can't be a wife or a girlfriend when she comes back. Period. End of story. This person, of her free and spontaneous will, broke the relationship agreement. This demonstrated a lack of loyalty to both you and the relationship, and as a result, will now significantly compromise the trust that can reasonably exist between the two of you moving forward. This should come as no surprise, but I need to say it out loud.
Now, at this point, when he's talking about loyalty, remember all those girlfriends that I think at least 80% of us guys have had that decide, I need to explore my options, right? This is where it comes down to. She betrayed the loyalty of the relationship and she left, and later, at least I think 50% of them try to get back to the old ways because it was more comfortable, it was nice, it was easy, but yeah, and probably at some point he's going to say why you should not take them back, because that's the title of the video.
You cannot have a stable, committed relationship with someone you don't trust because of her track record of behavior in the relationship. This means that if she ever does come back, because you're not chasing her down, right, guys? Right? You're not chasing her down. If she ever does come back, the only relationship structure you can possibly consider at this point is that of casual sexual partner, like a friends with benefits kind of situation. This is because different relationship structures require different levels of trust to function. The more intimate and important the relationship, the more trust is essential to its operation. This means that you actually don't need to have a lot of trust to have a casual relationship. And that's good, because you shouldn't have a lot of trust in someone who ended your relationship. At this point, the woman is not an applicant, she's a supplicant. And people can come back into your life through correction, but they cannot come back into the position they previously occupied. And they can't come back because that position literally doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist. And why doesn't it exist? Because you've since changed, both as a consequence of the passage of time and the relationship ending. And because you've changed, the relationship dynamic that would best suit you and your needs will have changed as well. It's like Heraclitus said, you can't step into the same river twice.
Well, that's a really nice saying. In my country, we have a different saying because we are more down to earth, kind of nature people. We say you don't plow the same field twice, which has a little bit deeper meaning and a little bit more dirty because it's the field, it's the dirt. But in the end of the day, it has the same meaning. And this is actually something that I have done always. Let me think. Not always, actually. The very first relationship I ended, and we got back together after 2 months, I think. Because in the beginning she did some things I didn't like. I was like, no, I'm not going to take it. And yeah, she got better, actually, to be honest. But in the end of the day, we still ended up splitting, and huge waste of time. I could have done so many different things with my life during that time. But it's done. I was in my 20s. We all done that. That's why we can do reaction videos like this, because we have something to share. And hopefully you younglings, you're watching this and you remember some of this stuff and learn from our mistakes. Please do.
By the same token, you can't have the same relationship twice, even with the same person. The old relationship will not fit into the new present moment. And in general, the more time has elapsed since the breakup, the greater the mismatch between the old structure and the new moment. Trying to force it anyway will not accomplish your goals, even if you succeed. Why? Because whether you're aware of it or not, you're probably trying to recapture a feeling that you had at some point in this previous relationship. And that's not how feelings work, my dudes.
Is it not the true thing? What happens when you meet up your ex? You remember this? You remember that? That was fine. It was a nice feeling. Like, you always remember only the good parts, because the bad parts you want to not to remember. And like he said in the beginning of the video, there was a reason why she or he is your ex. Remember that. There's never go back on the taken path. Life is a road. It's a really long road. Or you want to keep on going forward. Don't go backwards. Do not go backwards.
Have you ever gone back to one of your favorite hangouts after some time has passed? Doesn't feel the same, does it? At best, you're going to feel a kind of satisfying nostalgia for a time that no longer exists. And at worst, the new experience will be so discordant with your emotional memory that you'll leave wishing that you had never come back. I know this might be difficult to hear, but you won't be able to get that feeling back, even if you were to get back together with your ex. Want my advice whenever you need it? Introducing Orion AI, a speech-enabled agent trained on my entire body of work, now at your fingertips. Orion, you wouldn't just tell me what you think I want to hear, would you?
No. That's actually the one thing I'm designed not to do.
Validation is cheap. You can get that anywhere. What I offer is a read on your situation that's accurate, even when it's uncomfortable, especially then. Couldn't have said it better myself. Orion AI, now available on iMessage and Telegram. Go to orion.ai for more info. The link is in the description.
Now, like always, I'm going to leave the ads in the video because let them make their money, and that's what makes them create this awesome content. But generally, I don't believe in this, like the AI will help you with your mindset and all this kind of stuff. I truly believe, maybe it's too much old school, but I truly believe in face-to-face contact and talking face-to-face, and it's way better. It is way better, and I think in this time of society, we should not be afraid to ask help, even if it's just your friends, you know. Anyway, back to the video.
Again, I don't recommend getting back with an ex, especially if she was the one who ended the relationship. And if you do get back together with one, you should only ever entertain the possibility of a casual relationship. However, even this caveat has a caveat. That is, there are certain exes with whom you can't even have a casual relationship. And trying to have even this type of relationship is likely to end in suffering. So there are two kinds of exes with whom you can't even have a casual relationship if they end up coming back into your life. Let's talk about each one in turn. The first is the aggressive or unhinged ex. As stated previously, you don't need a good deal of trust to have a casual relationship with a woman. Just enough trust that she's, say, not going to slip a knife between your ribs or burn your house down while you're sleeping. And if your ex is sufficiently aggressive or unhinged, you actually can't trust that she won't do those things. Like this happens every day, guys.
Yeah, those ladies you have to stay away from. They have their own trauma, and they say they don't like any trauma, but they are so traumatized in their life that they crave for drama, and if you don't bring the drama, then they will create the drama. Well, I'm not a mindset professional like Mr. Orion here, but this is my experience and this is what I've seen. Sorry for the chair is creaking. Anyway, stay away from these crazy chicks, and in case you're already dealing with them, remember, record everything, because those ladies, they can manipulate anybody, even the court system, even the law system. They can manipulate everything. Record as much as you can, as much as possible, because you're protecting your own ass and you have to do it well.
If she has a track record of being aggressive or unhinged, you cannot have any further dealings with her. Period. Stop. This includes being physically violent, of course, but also forms of relational aggression like stalking or spreading rumors. These women are walking red flags. They are in the no-go zone, guys. I don't care how hot she is. You cannot allow her to come back into your life. It's just not worth it. So if you can't have some self-respect, at least try to have some self-preservation. These women are dangerous. Even if they don't actually manage to hurt you, it doesn't matter. They tried. They tried to hurt you. You don't give someone another chance to shoot you just because they missed the first time. And that brings us to the second type of ex with whom you can't have a casual relationship. The ex you're still in love with. This one's going to hurt, but it's true. You can't have a casual relationship with someone you're in love with. And that's because you won't be able to maintain the casual framework. After a few weeks or a few months, you will almost certainly end up restoring that woman to her previous level of commitment, which, as discussed, is what you must never, ever do. Of course, these are the exes that men most want to get back involved with, but doing so just reinforces a pattern of instability and mistrust. So you got to be real honest with yourself. If you're still in love with a woman, it's probably not a good idea to try to have a casual relationship with her. Sorry to be a downer, but I got to keep it real with you. Remember, guys, if she comes back, it's probably because it didn't work out with the other guy or she couldn't find someone better.
Yeah, it jumps down to the point I made in the beginning of this video that they want to come back because it was more comfortable with you, more easier, whatever the reason, but it comes down to the other guy wasn't just better. They're coming back, having their own fill of sausages, and they will come back then. Don't do that. Even if you still love them, the trust should be already gone. And in my relationships, I always tell that I trust you until you break it. If you break it, it will never come back. And I have stand my ground on this rule and never trusted that person again once they broke my trust. And I truly believe I have been better off thanks to that rule.
And a woman who behaves like that ain't wifey. So there is no need to put her on a relationship track that is even remotely oriented in that direction. In general, it's better to just let bygones be bygones and move on with your life. Learn your lessons, surrender any resentment in time, and keep moving forward. It's only a matter of time before you find someone who's a better fit for what you're trying to build.
Anyway, guys, my dudes, if you're watching this, please learn from this. The way he explained everything is just... that's how we should, all of us, be able to explain, but sadly we are not. Even me, I'm doing this channel because I want to speak better English, I want to learn, I want to advance my mindset, I want to advance my life, and yeah, the main thing is I'm learning English. I feel it, my English is getting better. If you watched one of my older videos, you can see I'm doing a lot of less those kind of pauses, which I'm trying to avoid because it's difficult sometimes to think in English. But back to the topic, all valid advice. Even if your ex doesn't follow on those two categories, the advice is still try not to get back together. If she's not in those two categories, which are complete no-no zones, only casual, if you two agree into the casual thing, go for it. Because if you're both single, why not? Because yeah, why not? It's that simple. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give a subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my English, what you think about me explaining this stuff, and let's discuss this. Let's learn together. I really like learning, and this is one way of doing it. See you on the next one. Bye.